Destiny and I find it really hard to share with you guys that our segment that we shot back in March for 1031 Part 2 will not be seen in the final film. I received a message from my producer a week ago confirming that the film was officially pulled from the release. This wasn't much of a surprise to either Destiny or I after the treatment and disrespect that we endured on this project. We have been and always will be very honest and open with those who support us, our careers, and this film. For those who have supported this film directly, solely for us, I am sorry. We've remained silent longer than we should have, and I deeply feel that we need to share our story and the real reason as to why our segment was pulled. As independent filmmaking goes, you're always looking to cut corners and budget at all possible costs. My producer found someone that he works with down in Arkansas always. His camera guy and sound guy that he always works with. So they agreed to do it at a very low rate and come 12 hours to Kentucky to film our segment. Upon everyone, cast, crew, arriving at the Airbnb, I was struck by a very, very uncomfortable and odd vibe from our sound guy. And suspicion grew when I witnessed him taking a photo of Destiny secretly, positioned up against his chest so no one could see or tell what he was doing, and taking a photo of Destiny's backside without her permission or consent. I didn't want to make any false accusations right off the bat because I didn't want to accuse someone of doing something that I wasn't 100% sure he was doing. So I had made Destiny aware of the situation and asked her, because I can't be there all the time, to make sure that she is watching her surroundings and, unfortunately, in a safe situation, having to watch her back. On the second night of production, that is when things started to really feel off and feel uneasy. And there was a situation where Destiny was doing a stunt and she had to be up on a stool beside a bed that actors were on to get up over to get to where she needed to. And this man, who was, once again, only the sound guy, was positioning her by her butt and thighs, touching all up and down and saying, "Oh, I'm helping you. I'm supporting you." Later that same night, Destiny was performing a scene on top of the table where her character is dancing and is drunk and tries to get everyone else involved. And during this scene, she had looked down at the sound guy who was on his knees holding the boom. He had his phone positioned right between his legs and was clearly, and I mean clearly, as Destiny said, taking a photo of her up her skirt. She looked him right in the eyes, and he looked her right in the eyes. His face went white, and he left for about an hour on set. No one knew where he went. Nothing. Just left. And after I was aware of these incidents, I had removed him from set immediately and asked that he would never be seen from the cast or anyone else, me included, again for the rest of production. Of course, when he heard about this and we made it clear to him how uncomfortable and violated he made the girls feel after denying he was doing what he was doing, he immediately went on this really terrifying rampage, and tantrum fit is the best way that I could explain what happened afterwards. Since the incident, I've gladly not seen him, and neither has Destiny, but we have received several threats to our careers and to us personally if we were ever to speak about this publicly or with anyone. So fast forward a few months ahead, we're in post-production. I had heard from someone that he, the sound guy, was still working on the project, doing visual effects and anything that was needed. This means that he was employed by my producer after everything that had happened, and he even witnessed on our set. So I reached out to our producer, and I had, expressed my feelings at how this made me feel, how this made Destiny feel. It was a slap in the face. I mean, after what he had witnessed and what had happened, you would think that there would be some kind of moral. So upon sending out that message, expressing my discomfort with him still involved on our segment specifically, I received the text back, "If you have an option that is free, I'm all ears. He doesn't get paid, so that's the only option I have." I mean, not only was that a slap directly in our faces, but that is allowing a predator to work again and most likely strike again. And from that message on, I feel we were no longer believed, and we were deemed as dramatic, and that we were social justice warriors, that we wanted to make it a bigger deal. That's not it. That's the least of it. So now this puts us to just last week. I received a screener of the film for ADR purposes, and I had viewed it to see where the film is and what it looks like, and I was super excited to see our segment in full, almost complete. And the producer had made it clear in text that when he sent the screener, that there were still things that were going to be fixed, that he knew about, and that he would be improving on. So I had messaged him back with explanations for every single thing on why it can be fixed, why it can be improved, and what he'll need to do in that situation to fix it. Additionally, our 25-minute segment has been completed since March. The editor, who is our producer, has had the footage for 6 months, and this is what it looks like. Included in the message that I sent back to him with the notes, I had mentioned that we would need some type of contractual agreement, some paperwork, because nothing has ever been documented, nothing has ever been signed. There's been no paperwork for this project at all. So I felt strongly that needed to be done, and in that I included a percentage of profits. With that, he responded that he would not be sharing any dime, penny, nickel, dollar with any of the filmmakers who had made content for his project. I had messaged him back, just genuinely asking why. And he said that he had paid for the project out of his own pocket. Every segment came out of his own pocket, so he must pay himself back. But my question to him is you used our name, our content, our idea to raise funds on your two Indiegogos, raising over $8,000. But that doesn't fund your 4 anthology film production. And that's when I received the message from Rocky deciding to pull the segment. He left no room for negotiating. He didn't leave any room for talking, explanations, nothing. In conclusion, I am very, very thankful that our segment has been pulled. It's a very weird feeling. It's a very odd feeling, but I'm glad it happened. I hate that it happened the way it did. But neither myself or Destiny could fully support the film without reliving our experience on set. Destiny and I had a really, really rough time trying to get back into the mindset of wanting to make another film after what had happened. I remember the calls that Destiny would give me a couple months before, or a couple weeks before we had started filming. And she's like, I just don't want to do it. And she had told me that she's afraid to go back on another film set or it would happen anywhere again. And to hear that killed my soul really bad. And this had put us in a very, very weird place mentally and physically. And it took a couple months to pull through, and put us in a very depressing state. Destiny is doing well. She has gotten herself back on track, and mentally and physically, and she's doing amazing. And we had an amazing time filming our second feature film, Inverted, just this past July. And every single person on that film was just incredible. And the atmosphere and everything on that film was incredible. So we made something really, really, really special. And I think every single person who has supported us and who support me, who support Destiny, and who support Deranged Minds Entertainment in our films, I thank you so much for sticking beside us and allowing us a chance to live our dream and our passion and be able to make films. And I hope with this, we put a stop to just making excuses for why behavior like that is okay on a film set. It is a problem within the industry, and it is a problem within our world. These issues need fixed, and if actions of speaking out about situations can help that, that is what I hope I achieve with this video. I hope I bring light to a subject that is very hard to talk about, that is very difficult to go through, and is very traumatic for a lot of people. This needs to stop. We need to stop having cases and stories about sexual harassment on a film set or anywhere. And I hope that this will stop another predator from striking again, especially the one that we had on our set. He is a director. He works in Arkansas a lot. He's 45 years old. And this was the first time that he had apparently been caught. And it kills me to know that he is able to continue working. And it also kills me to know if he has done it on our set, where else has he done it? Who else has he done it to? And how many victims are there from him? I hope this puts a stop to him, and I hope it puts a stop to people like him. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and listening in. I genuinely appreciate every one of you, and thank you.